That's new.
Ooh.
That's new. You saw that? That was new.
It asked me if I accepted it.
Welcome back to the episode of Frank's Unsolicited Advice with Bree and June. We're here live, getting this Wednesday going to NFL talk. So let's see how everybody's doing. Bree, how you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Got a haircut, so I feel great. Got this beard going. Don't want to shave it off at all, but I'm gonna have to do it next week. And June, what's up with you, man? I mean, I know you driving home, bro. What's good?
Nah, I'm actually DTS in Orlando. One of those moments.
Chilling.
But living, blessed, happy to be here. Puerto Rico was awesome.
Yeah, so you was in Puerto Rico. I was in New Orleans this past weekend.
And I was at home.
Yes, you was at home, Bree. Bree, we probably could have talked about it. I could have brought my other daughter with me, and you could have just hung out with us. You know what I'm saying? We probably could have found you a ball player at the Superdome.
No, because Stephon Diggs doesn't play over there.
Okay, that is true. But anyway, man, I mean, look, it's been it was a good weekend, at least I should say for me. Got time to spend with the family, go back down to New Orleans and enjoy the city that we like to be at every now and then when we get the chance to go. Good time. Ava was fanning over the fact that she was able to walk to where they filmed originals at. Yo, that was crazy. She was geeking out everywhere. Like, oh my God, oh my God. But other than that, man, I mean, I'm good. So what's up, Bree? What we going to talk about today? I mean, we ain't got much to talk about. They ain't got that much topics there.
No, the first I want to talk about is Julio Jones.
Mm-hmm.
On his phone call with Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe asked him, "So what's going on with you in Atlanta? Are you playing there? Are you done there?" And he replied, "Man, I'm out of there." The reason why the phone call started was because Julio Jones was spotted wearing a Dallas Cowboys t-shirt. So people were speculating that he was going to go there. So Shannon Sharpe then proceeded to ask him, "Well, you going to Dallas? Like, what's going on?" And Julio Jones says, "I want to go somewhere where I will win."
Mm-hmm.
And Shannon Sharpe replies, "Well, don't go to Dallas if you want to win, because you ain't never going to win in Dallas." And Julio Jones replied like, "Oh, I already know that." So a lot of people were upset. A lot of people were upset because they felt that Shannon Sharpe should have told him, "Hey, what's up? I'm on my Undisputed podcast right now, live TV. I have you on the phone on speakerphone," when he called him. So people automatically were saying like, "Wow, that's not right. That should be illegal. He didn't tell him that he was being filmed live." And he never even made an official statement. Neither did the Atlanta Falcons ever make a statement stating that they were releasing Julio Jones. So the fact that everyone found out through Shannon Sharpe's phone call with him on the Undisputed podcast, people were angry.
So first off, no, they said they were shopping him around. They were saying that Julio Jones wanted out. He wanted trades, and he said that he wanted to play for Cam Newton in New England, but he has teams. But they never had him on a live broadcast saying it. The reason this is such a big deal for the Falcons is their salary cap. They can't keep it. They can't maintain it. So they have to get rid of him in order to keep it. And they feel that Calvin Ridley could be your number one wide receiver. So they feel comfortable, getting rid of him or trading him. I don't think it was grimy. And I'm going to tell you why. Look, if June calls me at a certain time of the day on a certain day of the week, I should automatically assume that June is at work when he calls me. I can't, you can't, he knows when Shannon Sharpe's recording. He knows he does this 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Shannon Sharpe set him up, but I think it was a good way for them to get that out in the air on some, oops, I didn't know, type joint. But I'm not mad at Shannon Sharpe for that. I found it funny. He said he's not going with the Cowboys, and Skip is right there sitting down. But I'll talk about what I think about the teams that he's going to go to after June goes and says what he got to say.
Yeah, I don't believe. I think it may look like that, like it was like a setup from Shannon Sharpe, but I honestly think it was a publicity stunt on both ends. They both knew what they were doing. Because it ties into what Frank was saying. You know, my man's at work. You know, he's on the clock. You know what he does every day, especially if y'all cool like that to where if I'm calling you from my personal cell phone, you know what it is. But I don't think it was one of those setups, and maybe the media hypes it to be what it is. And if it was so, I think it would have been made a lot bigger than what it was by the TV and by both of them, by Shannon Sharpe and Julio Jones.
Yeah,
I agree. Don't go to Dallas.
He didn't come back with a statement either. He didn't come back saying, "Oh, I didn't know." He knew, yo. He knew. He. I think he kept it real vague in general because he knew he was on air. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't say nothing crazy. I think he could have said far worse things if he wanted to, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not. Yeah, I think. I don't think he set him up. I think it was planned. I think it was cool, but I'm not mad at him. So. They're saying that he wants to go to a few teams. One was the Patriots. The one I put on the link I put in the chat was Twitter. It said Titans and Patriots. Somebody had said 49ers or something like that. They said that he said he wanted to play with Cam Newton. As a Patriots fan, I would love to have seen him there when Brady was there. Hands down. I would have loved it. It would have been dominance all over again. But I don't know what kind of Cam we're going to get. I don't know if Cam's going to be able to produce and get, because if you bring in Julio Jones there, he's not, he made money. You know what I'm saying? He's coming there to win. Can you pull it off with the weapons you have? You have Julio Jones, you have Aguilar, and you have the dude from the 49ers that came over. You got two good tight ends. You got a decent running game. The question is, can Cam Newton be the quarterback you need to get them over the hump? And if not, can Mac Jones do it?
Right.
So I don't, that's my thing. I don't want to see him go to the Pats. I don't think the Pats, I don't know what Cam Newton's going to produce, but he can come. I'll buy a jersey. What you think?
I think the Arizona too, you know what I'm saying? With Hopkins saying that he'll restructure his contract to have him over there. So then it'll be another fit for Julio Jones to kind of, they'll both be two decoys. I mean, who do you double team? You know what I'm saying? Do you double team Julio? Do you double team Hopkins? With the other weapons that they got in Arizona, it could be a big threat over there in whatever division Arizona's in. If he were to make that move and Hopkins did restructure his contract.
Didn't they get another number 2 down there? Didn't Sanders go down there? Or Sanders went to Baltimore?
Sanders went to Buffalo.
Yeah, he went to Buffalo. Okay, yeah. So who went to Arizona?
Somebody went over.
AJ Green.
AJ Green.
AJ
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
1, 2, and 3. Oh, come on.
Yeah, and they don't have to do much. They don't have to do much. That right. I didn't think about that, but Arizona with AJ Green, Hopkins, and then you add Julio Jones, bro. You're gonna double team Hopkins. He's the faster one. He's the younger one. You're gonna double team him. But now you got to deal with a big body like Julio and AJ Green. I mean, whoo.
And then you got a mobile quarterback back there. You know.
Yeah, exactly. But he said the Titans also. I think that'd be dope for the Titans, but I don't know if the Titans. I don't know. I don't know who's the number 1 wide receiver out there. They got rid of
the Titans.
Yeah.
I thought it was Brown. They got rid of AJ Brown.
I think AJ Brown left. Let me see.
I know they lost their corners.
Yeah, they did. But let me see. AJ Brown, bro. I'm about to set my joint up. I'm about to spend all this money. Give me an updated thing. And current team is Titans. Okay, so he's still there. Yeah. So Brown and then Julio, that'd be good too. The question is,
and then you got the running back too. I don't know. I think they lost too many weapons for them to be that dominant Titans team that they were 2 years ago.
I think you should go to the Pats, yo. That's all I'm saying.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Bree.
You said the Steelers?
I'm not going to say nothing because I don't want you to get in a car crash. So let me.
Good
I'm looking straight.
So anyway, Frank, back to what I was saying. I have a question for you.
Huh?
And my question is, if or when, because I don't know, something in my mind, like the spiritual gods are telling me that Julio Jones will be playing for the Patriots. So, June, I don't need that. I don't need that. Like, stop. Can you go back to Puerto Rico? We were good without you last week. Anyways,
You just mad
when he
close
does, what?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay, anyway, when Julio Jones does go play for the Patriots, do you think when the Bucks play the Patriots, their defense will have a hard time stopping Julio Jones?
Woo. So I'm gonna answer that. Before I do, my man African Killer Bee on IG said Julio's going to the Patriots. So, that's a good question.
I think the Patriots spent too much money to get Julio, but that's just me.
Okay, so here's what I think. That defense, they brought everybody back. Them rookie corners and safeties they had are going to be in a second year, and they're coming off a high. And that high could work one or two ways for them. They can come out and be dominating because they're not resting on their laurels, or they're going to come out and be flat because they're thinking we won a Super Bowl, we could do it again. So it depends what you get. As far as top bowls go with that defense, if they can get the pressure up front and kind of contain Cam and force Cam to make those decisions, then I think the defense will do fine. But if they get to push him in a point where he's throwing the ball, he's actually being accurate, can he manipulate the corners? Can he look the corners off and the safeties off to get the ball there? I think that if you had, let's say, I'm trying to think of what kind of quarterback. Let's say you had a Russell Wilson in New England with Julio Jones, then yes, I think the Bucs will be in trouble because one, he's mobile, and two, he's accurate and he has an arm, so he can get the ball downfield. But because it's not, and we don't know what kind of Cam you're going to get, I think the defense will still hold up. I mean, but I could be wrong. I'm a Pats fan, and I'm being honest. If you get last year's Cam again, man, we ain't gonna do nothing. You could put everybody in that field that you want. It doesn't matter.
What if you get the Seahawks game Cam the entire season?
Then it could be a problem. It could definitely be a problem. They're going back to two tight ends. They got Hunter Henry, and who's the other tight end? I forgot his name. Man, the dude from
the Chargers. No, Henry came from the Chargers, I think. The dude from the Titans.
Yeah, but what's his name? Bro, I need to stop drinking. Jesus. Okay, hold on. Let me because, man, I think
Jonnu Smith?
Yeah, Jonnu Smith, yeah. So now you got Jonnu Smith and you got Henry. Not to mention you still got James White out the backfield for a pass catching back. They have decent running backs. And
then what if they had Julio as well?
And you got Aguilar too. You know what I'm saying? So they you can have a problem there. You could definitely have a problem there if you get the right Cam. My man Mel said Julio is not going to the Pats, ... That's just the hate in me. He's going to the Pats. He already said he wanted to go there. And Belichick's just waiting. He's waiting.
But I do have to say, I mean, all right, so everything's going to boil down to what we were talking about in the beginning. He wants to go to a team that, he's going to win. He's been in the league a while, so, he ain't going to have he ain't going to be the same Julio he was 5 years ago. Now, not saying that he's done at all, but, he's coming to that curve, right? That banana curve, so to speak, to where it may be a down spiral from here on. Who knows? But, I mean, if you want to win, though the Patriots have the elements there to make a run, I mean, we got to think about other teams there that may have that cap space and that type of restructure, just like the Arizona, just like maybe Green Bay, who knows? And I'm thinking more like Super Bowl potential teams here. Not saying the Patriots are not Super Bowl candidates, but I mean, they got a brand new staff over there. Not staff, but they got brand new players over there that ain't never played with each other. So you already know what happens when players don't play with each other. We've seen it in the Bucks. They struggled a little bit until they finally got it all right. But I personally don't think he's going to go to the Patriots. He's going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, but also the reason why those players were struggling when they all went to the Bucks is because they barely had any practice or like preseason time because of COVID.
Yep.
Now, this free agency was in March. They have all the time to get together and learn and build chemistry.
What if he goes to Seattle? I mean, that's another contender.
And they're having OTAs now. Last year didn't have no OTAs.
That's not one of the teams. The only two teams right now it's either between the Patriots and the Titans right now. Those are the only two teams right now.
That he wants to go to, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but hey, you never know. I mean, my man's wearing the Dallas Cowboys shirt, same, F Dallas. At the end of the day, they ain't going nowhere. So I mean, you just never know. I can't wait for him to make a decision. It ain't gonna be the Patriots. It ain't gonna be the damn Steelers. So we'll see where he goes from there.
So here's the deal, man. They saying by June 1st, that's when the new salary cap comes into effect. So June 1st, it comes into effect. So now these teams have extra space. So if Bill was gonna make a run for it, he might. And you got to think that division. Yeah, everybody thinks the Bills are gonna run away with it. And second behind the Bills is Dolphins. But if you get the right Cam, hell, if you get Mac Jones in there, he start balling like he was in Alabama, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have a pocket quarterback out there throwing the ball. The O-line's gonna protect them. They got the tight ends to protect. Look, it's a scary thing. I think we're gonna be in for a good time. Maybe a short time. I mean, a good time, but not
we got a couple days, so we'll see.
We'll see. Next week, I'll be at work looking at the with the hatch open so I can get a signal and I can keep going through.
So while we're on the Julio Jones thing, I saw this morning that hold on. I saw this popcorn kernel, it got stuck in my throat. That hurt really bad. But
Nikki said
it burned.
COVID.
No, it's the popcorn kernel. But Odell Beckham Jr. was trending this morning for a hot little minute.
For what?
And the reason why he was trending was because people were saying like, oh, Odell Beckham Jr. was being called a diva and getting his name tarnished because when he wanted out of the Giants, he was like, yeah, I'm out of there. I'm done there. But Julio Jones don't get any type of backlash for saying, man, I'm out of there, laughing about it. Do you think that people are being sensitive?
Yes.
I think he's being sensitive.
No, I don't think he didn't say anything. It's just, the fans, the people on Twitter, they were all tweeting.
First off, you can't.
Okay.
You cannot compare the two's character, I should say, and how they act on the field. I don't recall a game where Julio Jones throws his helmet, punches the field goal practice net thing on the side, and acts a donkey on the sidelines. I don't recall that. I don't even recall a time where you heard anything negative about Julio Jones in the sports media outside of the fact that he wants to trade. Since his 10 years in the season, he's been an upstanding player. You don't hear nothing negative about him. He goes out there, he does his job. Last season was, I think, the first season when he missed all those games. Other than that, he's been good to go. So I don't understand why people would even compare the two.
That's facts. I agree. I don't know. I think people are just trying to get clout, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just sad sometimes when you have all these quote unquote fans just come up with all these ridiculous things.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. I mean, look, Julio is not Odell, and Odell's not Julio. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just people starting crap because, hey, you know what I'm saying? I want to talk trash or I want to get something going or stir the pot. All he said was he wanted out of there. That's all he said. He didn't say nothing else. His antics, nothing like that would matter or warrant the comparison. He was on a phone call with Shannon Sharpe, somebody that he looks at as a mentor, and said, "Hey, yeah, I'm out of there. I don't want to go back. I'm not going to Cowboys. I want to win." He was being honest. You know what I'm saying? I would say the same thing. If I'm a player, if I'm Julio Jones, I'm trying to go to the team that's going to get me a Super Bowl ring. If that's the Chiefs, then hey, what's up, Nikki? Akinyemi, you want to get on this call, Nikki? Let me know. I'll send you the link. You got whether that's the Chiefs, whether that's take a low pay minimum salary and go to the Bucks, go to Green Bay, you know what I'm saying? Look at all the teams that came up short. The Titans, you know what I'm saying? There's different teams he could have went to. And if he wants to win a ring, you know, I don't think the Pats are going to get him a ring this year. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to happen. I think the Pats are I think at least 3 years away from winning anything, even if they get it going with Mac Jones. Now, if you get 2015 Cam, but even then, I don't know, man. You got what's something? You got teams like the Chiefs is they ain't lose a step. You know, they rocking with it. So I don't know if I don't think the impact is gonna be right away. You know what I'm saying? And he's getting older. I would have preferred to go to a team where I'm not gonna where I'm not, like you said, Arizona and things like that, you know, where you can sit there and not be the number one target and you don't have to worry about getting double teamed and stuff like that. He goes to the Pats, they're going to double team him. They're not worried about Aguilar like that and the other Bourne or whoever came over from San Francisco. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's just me. Speaking of Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers was on somebody's show and said that he messed their plans of getting rid of him by him winning MVP last year. What are your thoughts on that?
No thoughts.
Go ahead, Bree.
No thoughts.
Why not, Bree?
Yeah.
Bree over here not trying to be. She's saying no thoughts. You know, we about to get Bree to talk right now. Hold on. Look, I'm bringing the arch nemesis in. You know,
I just know we're good. Remember, we've been good the last 2 weeks.
I know. Hey, all I know is Julio ain't going to the Jags. What's up, nigga?
Hey y'all, he not going to where? What'd you say?
To the Jags. He said he ain't going to the Jags. So Nikki, we was talking about Aaron Rodgers just said that he messed up the Green Bay's plan, the Packers' plan, by winning MVP. So what's your take on that when he said that?
He messed up their plan. What was their plan? Because I don't think they want to let him go, right?
Yeah, they want to let him go, but then he wins MVP, and it's like, should we let him go?
What? They wanted to let him go?
That's what he thinks. Because his thing is
because they drafted old dude last year.
Yep.
Come on now, like he's a baby. Okay, so look, that's the only thing I don't like about him. And it's gonna sound bad. Hold on, can y'all hear me? Because you know we got music playing in the back. But it's gonna sound bad. But what's frustrating is that he is so arrogant, so cocky. Like, yo, be good. Like you're good at what you do. Okay, we applaud you. But come on now. You didn't mess up nobody's plan because they could still get rid of your tail. Like, come on now. Like, I don't think that. I don't think that they were trying to get rid of him. That's just me.
So let me ask you a question. So you don't think that he has the right to feel a little confident in himself? Got a Super Bowl?
My love. See,
no, he can be confident. Yeah, and arrogant.
It's a difference between yes. Like, come on, bro. Like. You just like everybody else. Okay, I'm capping a little bit. But you just like everybody else.
Terry Bradshaw said about him?
Listen, wait. First off, I'm not. I used to argue with people all the time when they would compare him and Brady. And I'm like, there's no comparison. There's none. Mm-hmm. One hand is heavier than the other. And now he has 7. So both hands are heavier than the other. It doesn't really matter.
Not with my baby twin.
the difference with Aaron Rodgers, my thing with him was, first off, people said he wasn't a leader in the locker room. He had negative.
You think they lied? They not lying because he's not a leader either.
I'm saying that's those. What if I'm looking at him as a player in comparison to? Let's look at the top 5 quarterbacks in the league right now. You got Patrick Mahomes. Who else? Lamar Jackson, right? Brady.
Russ. I love Russ. I don't care what nobody say.
And Drew Brees.
But we're not talking about how he plays. She's talking about his personality.
That's what I'm getting at. So comparing them in the locker room, right? Everybody says about Patrick Mahomes being young, but he shows leadership. He goes in there and try to motivate. Everybody talks about, Brady's leadership. When he got to the Bucs, he called all them players up. You know what I'm saying? They talk about Lamar and all these other guys, how they are leaders in the locker room. Aaron Rodgers, some people have said they've never had a chance. Like, they don't see that in him. He's very to himself. His press conferences, he doesn't have a problem throwing people under the bus if he has to. I think that he's very, he's not like them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the negative side to him. That right there. Is he cocky? I think he's being I think he's being a baby. I think,
yeah.
Going back to
same thing Terry Bradshaw said. He's being a crybaby.
I think so. Going back to what we said, remember when we talked about Deshaun Watson feeling some kind of way that he wasn't included in who they're going to hire and stuff like that. Again, players, if it's not in your contract after your rookie season and you've won it, like Patrick Mahomes, when he signed his last contract, not a rookie no more, and he says, listen, stipulation, it says, since I'm a Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champ, NFL MVP within my first 3 years in the league, I have a right to give inputs on who we hire, players or coaching staff. If that's in the contract, then good, you can complain, right? But if it's not in the contract and all your contract says that you're going to go throw the ball and be a quarterback, then that's what you do, fam. You don't get the chance. You're not an owner. You're not a stockholder. And Green Bay is a publicly owned team. It's the only publicly owned team. So you're not that person. I don't agree with the fact that you're sitting there complaining
and saying you'll come back if you fire the general manager.
Exactly.
You don't have the say in that.
Exactly. That's my only beef. Now, you want to go complain about the fact that they haven't drafted a wide receiver in the first round since Lombardi was the head coach, you could do that. If you want to say they haven't given you a top 10 defense since you won your only Super Bowl, I'll give you that. But as far as you mad because they're not consulting with you in regards of who they hire, my man, you are a player. You're not an owner. You're not the GM. You're not one of the people that owns shares in it to be sitting there like, no, I think that's wrong. You need to get somebody different. That's my only issue with him. That's it.
But at the same time, it's just like, do you not have, you need another wide receiver, but you have Devontae Adams, who's probably one of the best versatile wide receivers in the league.
But you always need.
It don't matter. It don't matter if he had everybody on there. It's not his call. That's it. Like, your job is to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Put points and do that. And that's it. Period.
See, hey, so my thing is, I don't think, to answer your question, Frank, I don't think it hurt the Packers by him winning the MVP. If anything, it made them more valuable as far as using him as a draft. I mean, as a trade. And where I'm going with that is, what you could ask for now is saying, hey, my man's was on a trade block last year, but look what he could do. Now he's an MVP and showed you guys that he still got it. So now he becomes more of a valuable asset out there in the market, in the trade market. So I think that's how the Packers, in my opinion, how they should utilize that move instead of complaining about it. Just take what you could get for him, because you could get some. I was looking at the possible trades for this guy. I mean, they're talking about two draft picks and a solid player, or and I'm talking about first rounders.
I agree with you. I think the question is, who gonna sit the quarterback seat?
Hey,
because dude is the baby. Not shaking him. I mean, who's gonna do? Like, who's gonna sit his seat?
Oh, I mean, at that point in time, they're gonna eat the trade draft picks and whatever players they get for them. let's just, for example, let's just say they go, what if they say, hey, Jags, give me Trevor Lawrence, and I'll give you MVP, Rodgers. Now, would the Jags will do something that crazy? I doubt it, but I mean, it's always going to be a thought. Like, dang.
I think Jags would take him, even if. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
but the other teams will. That's where I'm going with that. Especially teams that were close.
Hold on, I'm trying to find something here, man, because his record, his stat in the NFC Championship games, he's like 1 for something. I want to say 1-4 or 1-7. I'm not, but I doubt that he's been to 7 NFC Championships. Man, where is it at? I'm trying to find it because I'm on his Pro Football Reference page on his actual stats, and he got stats. But my thing is, you can't demand something if you can't produce in it. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
No, you're absolutely correct. But I think that certain teams that were lacking that killer instinct on those type of scenarios, or like that could have made it to the Super Bowl, maybe. I think it'll be a good opportunity for them.
So in the last 3 NFC championships, Green Bay played Atlanta, lost to Atlanta. Atlanta went to the Super Bowl. That was in 16. Then in 19, they went to San Francisco, lost. And then in 2020, they lost to Tampa Bay at home. Let me see. He beat Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl, won Chicago. He's like 1-3 or something like that. It's crazy. His stats ain't even that. When it comes to that right there, it's not that. It's not like he's the greatest joint. Exactly. But they say that the reason he won that one Super Bowl against the Steelers was because he had a top 10 defense. So I mean, defense wins championships. We know it. Let's just be honest. But I don't know that whole wide receiver thing. I get real touchy about it. And I'm gonna tell you why. So they were showing a stat on I forgot, I was watching one of these shows, and they showed the quarterback receiver duos, right? Peyton Manning was up there twice with Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison for like over 10,000 yards catching each. That's crazy. But when you mention Peyton Manning, some people, and I'll say, well, he had 2 good wide receivers the whole time he was there. Oh, nah, but that still doesn't matter. It does matter. And that stats proves it. He has 2 stats out of the 4 people they showed, the top 4, top 5 quarterback duos with wide receiver. Peyton Manning's up there twice with Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne. That's bananas. So it does make a difference, but you're right. He made do with nothing. The 2 miracle catches he did, the Hail Mary catch he did. He had Lazard. He had Jordy Nelson. Like, he was making do with certain things. I don't know. It's just, to me, if I'm a player and you have you're not up, you're up for, you're still under contract. You got to play it a certain kind of way. Just because you're Aaron Rodgers and you got a ring doesn't mean anything. You're gonna have to eat it. Look, Brady was not happy for years in New England, and he was quiet up until the last minute, and then he still hasn't even talked about what really went wrong behind the scenes. Right. So you got to have some kind of class to yourself. So the next question, right? I was watching Skip and Shannon Sharpe go at it because Pro Football Focus had put Brady ahead of Mahomes and Lamar Jackson as the best quarterback out right now. Now, I'm a Brady fan, but I'm going to say this. I don't think Brady should be number 1 on Pro Football Focus. That's just me. I think that he doesn't deserve to be bottom 30, whatever, but he doesn't need to be number 1, not even number 2. I would put him in the top 5 at least because he just did win a Super Bowl, and he threw for 4,000 yards. But I think Mahomes is younger and has the longevity, so you got it. I would go with the youth and the fact that he's actually playing good. He's playing good over that. That's just me, and I'm a Brady fan. But, go ahead. Go ahead, Nikki.
I think what you did is exactly what they did. You went with the youth, they went with the experience.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they ranked it. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you're not wrong, and I don't think they're wrong if, they're going like, okay, this is, he's been playing longer. He's, he has the time, or he showed over time, all that he's done. That's why we put him number one. And then you put Mahomes number one because he has more time to show that he can improve. It's not, I don't think it's wrong. I just think y'all just going from two different angles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before I go to my man Rui said, because that's he triggered something. He triggered it, but go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all go before I say it. What you think, June?
I think Nikki's right. I think nobody's wrong. But if I had to choose a side, me personally, I would always go with the experience over the youth. Just because I could utilize that a lot more than what I can the youth. The youth, you're gonna have that skill and that talent. However, the experience, the experience, you can utilize that in so many different ways. So I think they got it right, man. I think they got them right.
What about you, Bree?
I will forever go with experience over youth.
Okay. I like that. I love it. I love that. I love it. So now what my man G said was, so what you're saying, Eli's a better quarterback. I'm going to ask you, a better quarterback than who? And it better not be Tom Brady, because I'm going to laugh hysterically like I did when she asked about the draft of the Jets. So, G, who you talking about? Better than Brady? Aaron Rodgers.
No, like, you can't laugh that heavy.
No, because people, look, Eli Manning, and see, now I'm about to go on what burns my biscuit. Oh, Rodgers? No, he is not better than Rodgers. No, he's not.
No way.
No way. No way.
Sorry. Who's that?
My man Gerald Ruiz used to be a recruiter with us in New England. I got there after he left. He was in
Ruiz. I know Ruiz.
Yeah.
Ruiz, you crazy, man.
So I'm gonna tell you this. Look, Eli. See, I'm about to get on my shit. So Eli's his claim to fame is that he won 2 Super Bowls. That's it, and it was against the Patriots. He stopped a perfect season, and he did it again in 11. But people forget that Super Bowl, that defense kept Brady to 14 points, kind of what Tampa did to Patrick Mahomes, kept them out of the end zone. So the same way we can criticize and say that Brady didn't win that Super Bowl because Tampa Bay shut down Patrick Mahomes, and kept him out the end zone, it is fair to say that New York Giants defense said, we're going to keep Brady to 14 points. And Brady said, 14? You crazy. I averaged 30 in my sleep. And they kept him to 14 points. So Eli, look, timing is everything. Opportunity is everything. No.
It's heightened because it's the Giants.
Yeah.
Okay. What the Giants can do it.
Hey, G, you're a damn Giants fan, and honestly,
don't at me.
All these Giants fans are breed a little bit different.
Don't say that to my mama; she'll cuss you out.
Well, he did say he got more rings than Rodgers, though, and he's 2-0 in the Super Bowl. Rodgers 1-2.
Hey, so this guy McCoy has 2 rings, and McCoy has 2 rings, and Tomlinson ain't got none. Is he better than Tomlinson?
Who got 2 rings?
McCoy got 2 rings, and Tomlinson don't have any. Is he better than Tomlinson?
That's good. Hey, Jimmy G got 2 or 3, right?
Yeah, there you go. Facts.
Yeah. So I mean, I just Eli. So the thing with Eli, right? He never was NFL MVP, and I don't think Drew Brees ever was either. But Drew Brees never led the league in interceptions. You coming back down? No? Okay. Never led the league in interceptions. His accolades was not that, but he does have 2 Super Bowl MVPs, though. I will say that about Eli. He'll be a Hall of Famer. You know, he's gonna get in. Let's just be honest. Probably first ballot, you know.
Who got in last year?
Huh?
Who was it that just got in this year? Not last, this year.
Peyton got in this year.
Okay, yeah, it was Peyton. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Amen. Okay. Okay. Well, okay.
I mean, look, I think so. This is how I feel about it all. At the end of the day, we can, as fans, we can all argue what our team did and didn't do, right? What I don't like about people like us that sit here and talk about it, right, is that sometimes we don't hold the standard to.
You okay?
You know what I'm saying? So like I could sit here and say that first Super Bowl, the Giants beat the Patriots and stopped them from going 19. The defense won it. But I could also sit here and say that the defense had a big part to play in Tom Brady's win last year in Tampa in the playoff run they had to go, you know? So I'm fair enough to say that. Some people won't say that though. You know what I mean? But if we're gonna do it for one, we need to do it for all. That's just my thing.
I made that face because I forgot Toby was in my lap, and I moved and I banged his head against the counter, and his eye was like right by the corner.
Oh, Toby got a concussion. Laying down like she worked. She's sitting here laying down.
I said, oh my, he was fine. I said, are you okay? And then he laid his head to act like he was hurt. No, damn well he's not hurt.
I took the boys to the barber shop. So when we first got on, we was just pulling up, like we was coming back home. I get to the house, I get to my room, and I was like, damn, I'm thirsty. Where's my cup?
You went back to the barber shop.
I sure did. Sure did.
Gee, they did have a loaded team. They did. I mean, Tampa Bay had a loaded team. They still got a loaded team. Some people say they're gonna be they got a loaded team. Yeah, some people
they got a loaded team.
Maybe they might. Go ahead.
You think they're gonna run it back?
Maybe they might be one-hit wonders in Philadelphia.
No.
That's not even a fair statement.
So I would say this. Do I think they're gonna run it back?
Nikki, stop.
Do I think they're gonna run it back?
No.
Hold on. This is what I'm going to say. I think that last year, in the beginning, like we talked about last week, there was no, I don't want to say there was no chemistry, but, they were still figuring each other out. I think now, if they haven't figured each other out, they're damn near there. I don't know if they're going to be, they running it back. However, they not out of the running. They gonna go far. If they don't go all the way, they're going far.
So I would say this: it's way, way, way too early to give Super Bowl predictions, any of that stuff. Because like last season, the season went a way that I didn't think it was gonna go.
Yeah, we knew that. I know that's right.
And I don't mean by that. And that's not what I meant. And that's not what I meant.
Bad. That's what I thought you meant.
So, June, hush your mouth. Hush your mouth. Be grateful if you win the first game. Be grateful if you win more than 3 games. Hush your mouth.
Don't do that.
Maybe the Steelers could go 11-0 again.
No, hush your mouth.
Lose the rest.
But like I was saying before I got rudely interrupted by June, like I was saying, what I meant by that was, did I really see my team going 11-0? No.
No, that's right. We didn't either.
So
no one asked you. First of all, nobody asked you. What did you think? What did you think was going to happen? What did you saw? Nothing. Last time I checked, you were crying and you were hush mouth when my team beat your team. Talk about we cheated.
I didn't say that. I said we came back on that as an almost won. But
no, you said we cheated.
Yeah, I ain't cheat.
Look, I'll say this. I don't think anybody saw that. I don't think anybody saw the Buccaneers winning. So yeah, it was a lot of stuff that happened last year that I don't think we, in the beginning of the season, we could have said, "Hey, this is what's going to happen." So exactly. I can agree with you there.
So I'm gonna tell you what, and this is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Last quarterback to win back-to-back Super Bowls was Tom Brady.
You know that.
The last quarterback to go to 3 Super Bowls back to back was Tom Brady.
Who gives a fuck?
But yeah, exactly.
So
Last time I
listen.
you for someone who's a Patriots fan.
Wait a minute. Hold.
No, wait. I understand that you love you some Tom Brady. We know, we get it. But for someone that is a Patriots fan, you sure do root for the Bucks now more than you do for your own team.
But I'm telling you, listen. You want my honest opinion as a fan, right? Not take teams away
of the Pats.
You go.
At least try to say, I hope that we get it together and we do good to where we will have a winning season. You have never said that. No, you've never said that.
Yes, I said depends what Cam you get. Unless you put Mac Jones in there, he goes pocket quarterback.
No, you said dangerous Cam or not dangerous Cam. You never said anything about your team hoping that they get everything together to have a winning season. Because you are steadily.
I'm a realist. They don't have it together.
I know that.
I'm a realist. You know why? Because the person that held that team together is gone.
So then say you're not a Pats fan no more. You're just
I'm a Pats fan. I'm gonna support them, but I'm being honest. I'm being a realist. I don't sit here and hide behind the fandom and say, oh, no matter what, my team's gonna do great. No, they're lucky if they go even this season.
No, but you can hope for a great season. So who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting for?
$1 million. I could hope to wake up tomorrow and be 165 pounds again.
So who are you rooting for week 4? Who are you rooting for week 4? You got to pick one person, Brady or the Pats. Who are you rooting for?
I'm going with the Pats. I'm sticking with the home team.
Okay.
He's lying.
He's lying.
He is lying. You're lying.
I don't think they're in, but I'm going to stick with them. I'm going to root for them. But I will tell you this. You asked me a question earlier. How would the Pats do against them if they had Julio Jones? To me, it comes down. How would the Bucks defense do against them? Mm-hmm. It's the same question, just reverse. How would the offense play against them, right? I think that if you don't have a consistent quarterback under center that can at least get first downs, that can move the ball downfield strategically against any defense, you're going to struggle. The best quarterbacks, Breeze, Brady, Rodgers, Mahomes, whoever, when they face good quarterbacks and they have protection, they take the dink and dunks because they need to get the defenses to come in so they can spread the ball out. If the Pats can't do that because the quarterback at the helm, whether it's Newton or Mac Jones, they're going to struggle. But if you can get if you get the Bucks to make mistakes, they could win.
This is what I think, okay?
Well, I don't know. Answer my question. Wait. So going back to what I was saying, to answer Nikki's question, yes, I think they could run him back. I think they can. NFC's weak right now. Who you got? The Seahawks? Green Bay don't know who they're going to start under center. The Falcons are trying to jump their best wide receiver. The Saints don't got Breeze no more. We don't know what Jameis is going to do. Hell, we don't even know who's going to start. For Jameis or the other dude. Who else? Who else they got in NFC? The 49ers? Who's starting? Jimmy G or the guy they just drafted? Rams might do something, but is Stafford going to play like Stafford could play? Or is he going to have a bummy season? Detroit Lions got old boy. So, I mean, is he going to be able to do something? So the NFC to me is more wide open than the AFC.
Yeah, but also remember the Cardinals are pretty stacked too for the NFC.
I forgot. See, the other one, the Cardinals. Okay, well, let's see what they do. But you said all three of you.
Why didn't you name the Eagles?
The same reason he named the Steelers.
But we're not in the NFC.
Wait.
NFC. We're not in the NFC.
All three of you said something earlier. Experience. All three of you said we'll take experience over youth any day.
No, that's not what I said. No, what I said was, because I said I don't think you or the person is wrong. I just said that. I just stated why they went their way.
So Nikki, you going with youth or experience? Let's just go. Let's do that.
No, but so in what sense are you trying to bring this up in? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm about to get to it. I want her to pick. Youth or experience. Patrick Mahomes. Youth.
But we're not talking about Patrick Mahomes.
Listen, but just wait.
No, yeah. Yeah, he wants me to pick. See, if I pick youth, I'm only doing it just to be to fuck up your theory.
I just want to know why he's bringing that back
It's
up.
not
So
gonna fit. And I'm gonna tell you,
I
why I brought this up, right? Because you brought Arizona up. Arizona has a young quarterback under center still.
Okay.
He hasn't seen every defense. Again, there was a trivia question that June asked many, many weeks ago. What is it that I think Breeze and Peyton have that Brady don't have?
Yeah.
It was that they beat every team in the NFL. Brady hasn't yet because he hasn't beat the Patriots yet. So there's nothing that you could throw to a 43-year-old quarterback that he hasn't seen before. And the only thing that hurts him is if you apply pressure to him, if you hit him, because you're not going to scheme on him. So if
he cries when he doesn't get his way on the field.
Who doesn't? Name me a quarterback that doesn't cry. I'll wait.
Hey, and all in all, the only thing that's gonna keep the Bucks from winning another Super Bowl is gonna be their defense, and that goes for any other team. If they can maneuver around the Bucks defense, doesn't matter how their offense performs. They're a beatable team, and they could be taking out the first game or second game of the playoffs. So as the only people I think that could damage them hopes for the Bucks is going to be their defense, because their offense by that time I believe is going to be clicking. So at that point in time, I guess the question goes back to you, Frank. Do you believe in youth or experience when it comes to the Bucks defense? Because I think in that aspect of it, there's a lot of youth there.
I'm gonna go.
You didn't get a chance to say what I wanted to say.
Go ahead, Bree.
My bad, Bree.
Go ahead, Bree. Because I felt like y'all was coming for my neck. I gotta defend myself. I don't have a neck.
This is what.
But I'm gonna defend myself.
I do not have. Okay, so I don't have who I think is going to win Week 4 with the Bucks and the Patriots. But what I think, this is going to be a personal game for the Patriots. So even if they don't have it together, quote, have it together, like Frank would like to say, they're gonna get it together for that game, because I feel like that game is gonna be real personal.
Yeah.
And you don't think so?
Dumb players love Brady. Dumb players, let me tell you something. Dumb players, the owner, how does the dude leaves your team and you take out a full spread in the Tampa Bay newspaper saying, thank you for everything you've done for me. Come back, my son. He calls him Tommy. This is more of a Belichick and Brady game. This is more of, you didn't want me no more. You didn't give me what I wanted.
Exactly.
I went somewhere else.
Belichick is going to make it a personal game. You do not know what's going to happen at that practice. I don't know what's going to happen at that practice. But they're going to make sure that
listen,
if they go out, they're going out like
I believe this is what I believe. This is, you want to talk about Week 4. We could talk about this in length after Week 3. What I believe is this: Belichick knows Brady's weaknesses. He does. If anybody knows Brady, Belichick knows Brady. But in the same token, Brady spent many, many hours with Belichick studying film, discussing defenses and plays. So he knows.
You don't think Belichick knows that?
I do. But it's a team sport. So we'll see. What's up, Nikki?
So I'm going to say what I think. Based off or the question June asked, that do you think that who you think is going to win that game? Bree, Frank, June? The Bucks is going to win that game. And I'm going to tell you why. Because y'all both kind of hit on the same. So I think most of the teams that play Tom always focus on, we need to apply pressure. But Tom is not the only person on that team. So I feel like everybody's going, like the way you saying, Bill knows that Tom pressure, da-da-da-da-da-da. I think that's where the focus is going to be. And their defense is going to show up and show out. And that's how the Bucks is going to win the game. Tom don't got to do much. He don't got to do much. But the little that he's going to do will carry him over.
Just remember, Nikki and Frank, the Bucks are not playing any other team. They're playing Bill Belichick. You know
Yeah, I know.
what I'm saying? So and that's the part where you can't say, hey, they're playing the Patriots defense, because they're not just playing the Patriots defense. They're playing the Patriots defense that's also being coached by Bill Belichick. And that's what's going to be the biggest piece in that pie.
No, let me ask you a question.
And that's what I'm saying.
What was that defense when they played the Eagles in the Super Bowl? What was that defense?
Come on. Hey. I can't say nothing because we ran away with the Lombardi. You know what I'm saying?
I love Belichick. I think I told you, coaching in the NFL for me is Vince Lombardi and Belichick. That's it. Anything, there's nothing above it, and there's a lot under it. But as a fan, 2007, why would you go on an all-out blitz and leave Plesko open in the backfield, in the end zone? He got criticized for that. People don't talk about it. People don't talk about his mistakes. They talk about his accomplishments and what he does. But there's 3 Super Bowl losses that his defense did not show up. The Patriots never lost the Super Bowl more than 8 points, which was yours 8 points. And I want to say with this.
So you're blaming everything on defense.
No, I'm not. But at the end of the day, if Brady goes down and scores with 2 minutes left on the clock, it is up to the defense to stop that offense from scoring again. 2007, Brady scored. There was 2 minutes left on the clock. The miracle escape from the pocket. The miracle.
2008.
Oh yeah, but it was the 2007 season, but 2008 Super Bowl, right? That happened. The defense didn't stop Eli. Hell, Eli's fucking whole claim to fame was the fact that he made that throw. Then you go to the other Super Bowl. They didn't stop. The times that he had when they needed to stop, they didn't stop. So yes, you can say the defense came up short. The same way we can say Brady lost 2 Super Bowls to Eli Manning, once to Nick Foles. You got to also say what the defense didn't do to stop the offense from getting out there. Did not Brady lead a scoring drive? I think in 2 of the 3 Super Bowls, yes, he did. And what happened after? The defense gave up points. You can't.
They're still paying. Hey, they still going to play Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick will make the same 3 mistakes that he made in those 3 Super Bowls twice. That's what I think.
Again, the Bucks is gonna win, and it's all right. And there's nothing bad about them winning. By the way, I want to say y'all know Frank lying because he going for Tom. But anyway, we're gonna move past that.
I'm gonna stick with the Pats. Look, I said it when even Brady left.
We don't believe you.
And y'all don't have
to.
No, he know he lying. He know you can't keep saying the devil. But it's all right. Look, we go ahead.
I'm a fan of Brady. I'm not. I don't deny that. I never have. I think Brady's the best quarterback ever, in my opinion. 6th round, 199 picks, 7 Super Bowls with what? 10 appearances, 9 appearances, 10. Because he been a 10, won 7. Name me another quarterback that's done that. I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? He's up there. When people talk about Brady,
you didn't wait long,
because you're not gonna reach it. You're not. You're not. There's no other quarterback that even got 5 Super Bowl rings. I'll wait.
Yeah, you can be I know you love Brady. You can be a fan of Brady. Like no one's stopping you from doing that. But go as hard as you do for Brady as you do for your Pats. Because is what I'm saying.
I'm a realist, Bree. I'm not gonna sit here and start.
I know. Even when my team was sucky, I still went hard from them.
Oh, y'all already know.
Even when my own husband beat my team, I still went hard for them.
Your team has the quarterback it needs under center. Your team still has their starting quarterback. Your team is not that far off. Like honestly, let's just be honest. If you compare the Steelers to the Patriots, the Steelers are in a better position than the Patriots. Because you have continuity under center. Everybody knows the pride possession, the best, the most important piece to an NFL team is the quarterback.
Yeah, that's why we're not talking about the Patriots, because we don't know what who gonna show up.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not putting.
I hope Cam does. I hope Cam.
You know what? I do
Cam
too.
has a great winning season. I do. I really hope Cam can get back to where he was pre-COVID, and I hope he has a great season. And I hope that he can prove himself.
It's only pre-COVID. I think
I was supporting Cam when he came to the Pats. I was. And do I think that Cam brings a different dynamic that Brady doesn't bring? Of course, he's mobile. But the problem is that at some point during the season, they became one-dimensional. And teams knew just load up the box. Force him to throw. He's not going to make the throw. And he even admitted on Marshall's podcast, their show, I'm an athlete. Yo, he was so far behind. People, not a lot of athletes can survive in the Patriots system. You have to have a high football IQ to survive in the Patriots system. Ocho Cinco failed. He did not make it. Hainsworth or whatever his name was that came over, they paid him money, flunked out. Cam was like, yo, the system is built to move forward whether you're under center or not. Plain and simple. The game plan don't change. It's kind of like the Navy. You fall out, next man up. Go ahead, step up and take it.
But he also said that Bill Belichick is football. Like he is the sport of football.
But I've said this.
I do feel like that he is going to get his shit together because he doesn't want to fail Bill Belichick because of the fact that Bill Belichick had Tom Brady for how many years? 18, 20 years? I don't know how many years he had him.
19.
But 19? Okay. He had that person who was also football under him for 19 years. And when Cam Newton said that, like, Bill Belichick is the definition of football. Like, that man is football. I do feel like he is going to prove himself or do everything that he can to be that person that Bill Belichick needs because, like he said, that man is football.
You said that last week.
I think what's going to save the Patriots, my team, is that their defense is coming back. You have a lot of the key pieces coming back, right? But the problem with that is that they're also older pieces. Hightower is not the same young guy as he was when 10 years ago, whatever years ago when he came into the league.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe Belichick was scouting teams when his father was at Navy as a scout. This is before they had black and white TVs. There was no cable. There was none of that. He was scouting teams at 6 years old. This dude is football. But that can only take you so far when you're going up against a machine that they brought everybody back. Look at the concept that we're talking about. The question is,
We already answered the question a million times. And
G said, I disagree. Brady's advantage was that Belichick was able to groom him from day one. He was. Belichick picked him. But I don't even think Belichick knew what he had in Brady.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think anybody knew Brady was.
Nobody knew. You know
what I'm saying? But nobody knew. But look, me personally, as a Patriot fan, I'm telling you, I don't think you could name the Patriots' success for them 19 years. What you can't say one is Brady and one is they go together.
Yeah, hand in hand. Yep, I agree.
Hand in hand. Like people said, Brady is the Patriot way because people came there and they saw a 3-time Super Bowl champ at the time with an undefeated record in the playoffs. And it's like, oh, I'm a fall in suit then. If he's getting yelled at, then I can get yelled at because
right.
You know, that's what made the difference. Now he's gone. He's gone. So who are you going to use as your top of the top of the food chain player to bring the player and say, hey, listen, Odell, you need to shut up and not complain and play ball because we're going to win Super Bowls. When Brady was there, that was a vision, and Brady's not there no more.
Well, think about it. He went to the Bucs, and that's exactly what they did. Even the coach was like, I let Tom run it. Whatever Tom said. So it was the same thing you're saying that he did for them is exactly the same thing he's doing for
Bruce Arians said it.
Yeah.
He said, I would tell them they got to run the route this way, and they'll be like, okay. But Brady says you got to run the route this way. The same thing. I got
and
you.
He like,
I'm doing it. You got it.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
I'm about to say something. It's just a joke, Frank, but I just think it's funny. Stop drinking.
I don't work tomorrow.
What if Brady lays eyes on Bill Belichick right before the game, gets sad and freezes up and doesn't play a good game?
No, that would never happen.
Listen, I would laugh. I'm gonna tell you, look, to me it's a bittersweet. Okay, as a fan,
do you think they did that on purpose?
The same way we're saying Bill is gonna, do this and do that because he knows Brady. It's the same way. Brady's gonna do the same thing. Like if he gets to that game and choke or whatever, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, Bill put a fear of God in him, and yeah, he could beat all these other teams, but when he go back to the original OG, he choke up. So no, I think he gonna come with his A game just as much as Bill's gonna try to come with theirs. Not the Bills, but the Patriots. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I look. It's a lot of hype. There's gonna be a lot more hype going into it. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse on it. I think Belichick, he's gonna be ready. He's gonna be ready. But look what happened when people started calling Bowles out, saying that he couldn't stop the high-powered Chiefs offense. Todd Bowles felt disrespected, and he went out there and shut him down. That defense killed them. So I mean, we don't.
Yeah, but see, you know what? So that was my thing. I'm sorry, I don't even want to bring this up, but that's why I really didn't want the Bucs to play the Chiefs. Once those three O-linemen was out, I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like Patrick is gonna have to be Houdini and do whatever. I really wanted them to play the Bills, and not saying that the Bills is better, but they had a complete team during that time. Like, hey, we'll and I'm not saying the Bucs probably wouldn't have been successful there, but this one was just too easy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't really a game.
The fact that they dominated because the offensive lineman was out.
Right.
Yeah. It's
right.
Like,
that was huge. Because think about it. When Patrick got a line, Patrick wrote a whole novel before he damn near throws the ball or before anybody thinks to break through. Here, he couldn't the ball would get hyped and they were already in his grill. You know what I mean?
But too, I feel the Chiefs is very cocky too going into the game. We talked about Aaron Rodgers being cocky. Let's just be honest; they were real cocky.
No, not like Aaron. I'm sorry.
Well, they were cocky. They were like, "Oh, they ain't gonna stop us. We gonna do what we gotta do and all this other stuff," because they beat Tom Brady earlier, and then they went in there, and got handled, mollywopped. I mean, and Brady managed the game. He didn't have to go out there and beat Tom Brady. He just had to go out there and beat Trent Dilfer and just make sure he didn't turn the ball over. So.
Yeah, that game was too easy.
My man D said Patrick got exposed. Don't believe the hype. Let's keep it a buck. He did get exposed a little bit. He did.
Okay. Okay. Wait, let me put my spatula down. I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying he didn't. What I am saying is that he didn't have a complete team. Now, if he had his original line and the same thing happened, I think I would be more inclined to say yes. But he didn't have that.
Bree's going. Go ahead, Bree. Get it.
Put Tom Brady in that same exact situation, and people say, "Oh, he got exposed." You will be the first one to be like, "No, he didn't have his original 3 O-line."
Right. Listen,
that's what you would say, Frank. We know you.
No,
Frank is only
no.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. He got exposed.
So you would say, "Hell, yeah, he got exposed."
He got exposed against.
Or are you gonna blame it on the defense?
No, he got exposed against the Giants. When the Giants put pressure on him and he couldn't get the ball out.
You just said 10 minutes ago that he scored and the defense let him down that game.
That's a fact. It is a fact. Go back to that Super Bowl.
So did he get exposed against that Super Bowl, or was it the defense fault for not holding it up?
Oh, I get it. Get him, Bree. Get him, Bree.
Which one is it?
The defense. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to ask you a question. The defense showed that if you apply pressure to him, he's not going to play the same. But with that same, what I'm saying is he did score and took the lead with 2 minutes left on the clock in the fourth quarter.
And it was up to the defense to stop the Giants from not
what
scoring.
Is
yes, okay. So he scored and was up the last 2 minutes of the game, and it was up to the defense to keep them down, right? But you also just said no, because he got exposed during the 2008 Super Bowl. So what did he get exposed for in the 2008 Super Bowl?
That if you apply pressure to him and touch him, and you get him out of his pocket, you get him out of his rhythm, you could beat him. That's been the blueprint to beat Brady since that game.
Yeah, but you just also said it was the defense who didn't stop it. So was it Brady or was it the defense?
The reason I
Ooh.
said that the reason I said it was defense that didn't stop is because he still came back and scored. He scored and took the lead. So even with him getting
So the Patriots defense, they couldn't hold them down.
They didn't stop Eli when they needed to. But the Giants still showed, if you want to beat this, at the time, this offense that was setting records.
Yeah, y'all went 18-0 and lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah, 16-0 regular season, undefeated. Go 18 lose Super Bowl, right? Go 18-1. The defense proved that if you get to him, you could stop him. However, even against that defense, he still was able to come back and do a winning drive, and the defense gave it up. Now, G said Brady created ballers, and this is coming from a Giants fan. So, to me, the reason I say Patrick got exposed a little bit, right? And I say a little bit because he's young. He's young. I don't think that if you get Patrick Mahomes in 5 years in the same situation, he's going to make mistakes or whatever.
But you can't say, oh, he got exposed, and then say, oh, because he's young. He's young. He's still learning. This is his second Super Bowl.
He's experienced, though. That's what I'm trying to say,
but
though.
That's not
wait. Are you going with experience now?
Exposed. It's a learning experience. It's a learning experience for your second Super Bowl, especially going against Tom Brady. It's not called being exposed.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna get back to that, Bree. I always go over experience over youth. Always. Mm-hmm. Always. But I say the argument. Go ahead. Bye. I take the other side for the sake of argument. However, the problem with Mahomes is Mahomes, and I've said this, Super Bowl against San Francisco. Who saved Mahomes? Tell me that. It was 3rd and 18. He drops back 20 yards and he just throws the ball blindly in the air. Who saved him? I'll wait. Anybody know?
No, but that's not called being exposed.
No, answer the question.
You can't say, no, I'm saying, this is what I'm saying.
No, but answer the question.
That was for Nikki. That was for Nikki.
No,
that was nobody. But he's not being exposed. It's called having a learning experience. But that was his second Super Bowl. He won back-to-back Super Bowls. That was his second Super Bowl. Then he was going against Tom Brady and the Bucs, okay, with 3 of his O-linemen missing. It's a learning experience because he's still young at the same time.
Here's what I'm saying with that, right? Everybody made him look in this.
So do you think Drew Brees got exposed in the NFC Championship game
against the
Bucs?
No, I don't think so. I'm gonna tell you why. He was hurt. He had a broken rib. He had a punctured lung and came back to play. He shouldn't have been playing. So that's why I don't think he got exposed. But has he been exposed in the past? Yes. You're not going to play almost 20 years in the league and not have a game.
That's the thing. 20 years in the league, okay? But
okay, so let me ask you.
Yeah, he was hurt. So he was hurt.
Yes.
He was hurt. He wasn't 100%, right? Boom. Then you have Patrick Mahomes, right? Mm-hmm. Healthy, have everyone but his 3 O-linemen. Then remember that same weekend, their assistant coach, aka the son of the head coach, just got arrested and hit a child in a car under the influence, and they had all that drama. Remember we talked about it. We did. He was maybe like with all that going on. You know, when stuff goes on, like your mind isn't there, mentally there and stuff. I wouldn't say he got exposed. I would just say they lost, and it's a learning experience for him because he is still young. Exposed is if it's somebody else, like who's been in the league for a while.
So can we say he got rattled?
Yeah, I will say rattled. I want to say exposed. Exposed for what? He lost to the team that Tom Brady was on.
Well, here's the problem with Patrick Mahomes, right? And it's not him as a player. It's not him. The problem with players like him or people that we fan over or we idolize and edify is that we make them to be more than what they are because of their success. So he comes and starts his first season. He goes to the AFC Championship, losing against Tom Brady in overtime. The second season as a starter, which was technically his 3rd season in the league, he goes to the Super Bowl and wins against San Francisco, right? Then his 4th season, 3rd season starting, he goes back to the Super Bowl, and now he's facing the Tampa Bay defense and Tom Brady on the other side. Experience.
But remember the injuries that they did have in that Kansas
Oh yeah,
City
he was
offense.
but he was injured a week before as well, so he came back from an injury too.
Okay. I can say that a 42-year-old quarterback was dealing with injuries too, and he was out there playing. We can spin it, but
but I'm just all right. So Drew Brees didn't get exposed because he had just got back from an injury.
Oh, that's what you're relating it to. No, and that's why I say
Patrick Mahomes literally had a concussion, was almost dead on the field while his brother was TikToking behind him. But he came back that next week as well.
He probably should never played. And that was his. If he came back and he wasn't ready to come back, and that's what caused him not to be ready, then he screwed his team
up. I wouldn't say it caused him not to be ready because he still went out there and played and he put up a fight. He did his best. But that's also, but if he didn't go out and play, like, oh, I'm not 100% ready, or I don't want to go out, yada, yada, yada. It was like, oh, you're a little bitch. Why would you?
I wouldn't criticize him because
I never said you. I didn't say you. I said people will do that. It's all about pride at the end of the day.
But here's the deal. You sit here, so we can sit here and say that he didn't.
And I'm not a Patrick Mahomes fan, but you can't say that he got exposed. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't use the word exposed.
This is what I would say. It depends how you look at the terminology of it, right? If you're saying that he got exposed, that now he could be beat by any team, I'm not going to say that. That's not what I'm going to say. There was a lot that went wrong in that game. The man scrambled for over almost 500 yards to throw the ball. And even in those throws that he made, he got the ball to the target. His receivers didn't catch it, if we're going to be honest. So I'm not going to say that he got exposed.
Yeah, but he also didn't have anybody to really fully block for him like that because the throwing through.
I'm not going to say he got exposed, but now there's tape. And he got rattled. And that's the beginning.
He got rattled.
And that's the beginning because what happened? The miraculous throws that he normally makes, his receivers catch. That's why I brought up the Super Bowl with the 49ers. That pass he threw up in the air, it was Tyreek Hill that ran and came back 20 yards to catch the ball. That saved them. Because if they don't make that first down, now it's 4th and 18. Do they go for it? Or are we talking about Jimmy G being a Super Bowl champ?
But I will say this because it's not going to be an argument because we've been going for over an hour now, so we got to close up. But there was a lot of flags that should have been thrown that wasn't thrown that game. But we're just going to leave it at that. So, anyways, thank you for coming to Frank's Unsolicited Advice with a great talk about the NFL today, mainly about Brady and Frank's loving support for the Patriots. That should be a little bit more, but yeah, that's all I have to say. Frank, do you have any last minute words before we close out?
No, I can't.
Frank, do we have any last minute words before we close out?
Yeah. Jesus, I can't. I'm getting. She's closing out my show. I can't believe it. Anyways, look, we're gonna save this for next week because I doubt anything's gonna happen by next week. So, I have duty. We won't be doing it Wednesday. We'll be doing it Thursday. So, hey, we'll save it for next week. I'll come back. I'm gonna write my notes down. Thank you for coming out and listening. June, what you got?
Hey, I'm happy to be back. It was fun. I guess hopefully we get some more news from here until then. We'll find out what Julio Jones said at the end of the day. He's not going to the Patriots. That's my opinion on that. And he's definitely not going to the Steelers. But hey, I'm happy to be back. Happy to be here. I'm blessed. That's all I have. Oh, Frank, I need your address.
I got you. I'll text you.
And then last but not least, we will see you guys next Thursday, starting off with the words that Cam Hayward had to say about all the criticism that Ben Roethlisberger is facing. But I hope everybody has a great week and make sure you drink pure water. I have this big thing of Coca-Cola, so I'm not drinking water right now. But I hope everyone has a great and wonderful weekend. Stay safe. It's Memorial Weekend. Please do not drink and drive. Please be on your best behavior, but have fun at the same time. Remember, COVID is still out there. If you don't have your COVID shot, wear your mask. Even if you do and you're around people who don't have their COVID vaccine, wear your mask still if you choose. But that's all I have. Thank you. Bye.